Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps. We are on to day 10. That is a third of the way through, and today is the 11th. So I have one more layout, which has already been done. I just haven't edited the video and done the voiceover, and I'm up to date before I fall behind again this week. Today's sketch is from Lara, and it is up in the top right hand corner there, and it is so cute, guys. This one had me just wanting to cut those strips of papers and get stuck right in. Now I looked at the sketch and I had gone, sketches in black and white, monochromatic layout. So I decided to go through all my papers and pick out all of the things I had in sort of grey kind of tones, and I then cut them down into the little strips. So that was lots of fun, hunting down all my kind of grey tone papers and pulling them out of different kits. I can tell you it was not fun when I had to go back and put all the scraps back in the right kits, because I didn't remember where half of them came from, but that's okay. We got there in the end, and that was after I'd finished the layout problem, not while I was doing it. This one is a photo of my son, which nearly all of the layouts in this series have been so far of my son. That is because I'm working through a pile of just odds and end photos that I had left over from years and years of scrapbooking that were too good to throw out, but I had just not got to scrapping them yet. So there's quite a few photos, and it's a little mini album, and it's probably got a good 50 photos or something in it. So I've got plenty more to come of my son, and each of the kids have kind of got both got that one of these little mini flip albums that I have. So there is one of my daughter. It just happens that these are the ones that I decided I was going to work on this series. So yeah, I do love my daughter just as much as my son. She does get lots of photos scrapbooked. Just happens to be at this moment in time I'm just working on him. This scrap that you can see me adding on at the moment, sorry guys, I'm really tired. It's late in the cottage here tonight. I have been scrapping all day, and I've had girls in the cottage. If you've been following my videos, where there's girls in the cottage, and we've been scrapping for 3 days over the King's birthday weekend. So I'm a little bit tired, and I'm a little bit tongue-tied as well. So please bear with me. It's I'm just making it through. I've got this and another video to get done tonight, so that tomorrow I have plenty more time to scrap. I was talking about the little edge piece that I put on there. That is a leftover from the hexagon layout I made that I think was like day 7. And that was when I'd cut the hexagon on the Cricut machine. It left that border, and it was just sitting on my table left over from that layout, and I thought I would put it to use. When I laid those strips on my paper, I was thinking straight like the sketch, but when I just had them all scattered there, I thought, oh, I kind of like them all higgledy-piggledy. But how hard is it, guys, to make something look naturally just thrown on the page, rather than it's not too straight but is straight. It's so hard to get that kind of natural feel. It's nearly like you need to just drop them down and let them lay, but then you have to pick them up to put them back down. And nature means you want to kind of straighten those things up, and you'll see me go back through a couple of times and readjust those little pieces. But very hard to have something look naturally just higgledy-piggledy. If you have a tip for doing that, let me know, because I would love to know how you do it if you do. This is a stamp from the 2002 core catalogue, I believe it is. Or it might have been one of the mini catalogues, but very early last year if it was. And it has on there, you are all kinds of awesome. So I want to mimic those grey tones I have that in the other papers, and use a couple of tones of black and grey in there to stamp this out. This was a really cute stamp set that allowed you to put them together and have different colors. Looks beautiful in, like, a red and black, or different tones of blue, things like that. I have that stamped out, going to blend around the edge of that, and then I really had no more plans with this layout. That's kind of as far. I knew I didn't want hearts like on the sketch, but that was kind of as far as my plans had got in my mind. So it took me quite a while of sitting and thinking before I knew where else to take this. I then sort of, as I was sitting and thinking, thought I wouldn't mind a big camera. This camera was in one of our digital files. I think it might have been a single digital file. If you're interested in exactly where this one was from, please just drop a comment and I'll get back to you and let you know. But I've cut this out on the Cricut machine and popped it all together. And I just thought, like, this photo is very much him saying, take a photo of me. He was, you know, looking directly at the camera and he's playing up to the camera. So I thought having that camera on there would be a really nice thing. Then I'm going to go through some of my Hey Handsome acrylic shapes, and I'm looking for some things that I can put on there. These glasses, you know, he's looking pretty cool there, cool glasses. I was, you know, adding just bits and pieces, and when they landed on there, I just thought they looked really cute there, so I've left them. Nothing to do really with glasses in the layout, but I still do like it. I've got that little tag there that also says, there are these boys who stole my heart, they call me mum, and I thought that was cute, and goes with the layout, with the tones. Once I had that on there though, I added one little dot of red. Now I'm a red person and I love red, but I've got one little dot of red, which meant I needed to have a couple of more little dots of red. I did go looking for some other black and white embellishments, and I have just the smallest skerricks of In Full Bloom left over, and you can see me using some of my very small amount of paper there. That's only a handful of little scraps I have left from In Full Bloom. Actually, I have an absolute full kit of In Full Bloom, but I'm leaving it for a giveaway. So I think at some stage I'm going to use that as a YouTube giveaway, but for what I have that I'm going to use myself, I only have a few little handfuls of skerricks of paper left. I do have a near full sticker sheet. I do not know how that's happened, and a partial sticker sheet. So I'm going through here and I'm just using up a couple of those little bits and pieces and putting them together to help create the clusters there. But going back to that red, you can't just have one tiny little red dot. So I go in and I look at my enamel dots and I think, oh yeah, that will work. I'll add a couple of little dots there. But that's still meaning like it's 3 tiny, tiny, tiny dots of red. And I really want a little bit more than that. So I am going to pull out another collection in a moment, and it will be the Dream... No, it won't be the Dream Maker. It was a collection of 6x6 papers, and when I remember it, I'll put it in the description below. And it had quite a few red, a red paper and some red stickers and bits and pieces, and I was able to find a couple of other red embellishment stickers in that collection to pull into this layout. So you'll see me grab those in a moment and start flicking through. That's the ones there off to the side. It's something to do with colour, and for the life of me I can't even think of it right now. So the one off the side on the camera says happy, 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 and then our story, which I added to that little cluster on the top left there. I also go through and find a tiny little skerrick of a piece of red in a paper, and I cut that to mimic a little tag, stick it on, realize I hadn't punched a little hole in it, so pull it off and then re-stick it in there on the side, as I like to do, redo things 3 or 4 times. Don't want to make life too easy for ourselves there. This is very close to done. I've just got to add 1 or 2 more of those acrylic little starry things around, and I'm just gluing my tag in place, the little bow on the top there into place as well. There's a tip there for you. If you've got something like that twine that won't stay in place, pop a little acrylic block on it just while it's drying and adhering a little bit, and only takes a minute or so, but the weight of that acrylic block will help it stay in place and get it to adhere really well down to the paper. I think I'm just going to do a clean up here. Yep, and there is the final layout. That hit us really fast, didn't it? So there's a few close-ups and we're done. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. Let me know what you think. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, all those good things, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.